Every child has a story. At Big Big World Project, we care for lots of kids, and they all have stories, some of them heartbreaking. We'd like to tell you the story of one really special woman, someone that we're really proud of, and someone who we consider to be a Big Big World success story. Meet Hang. Hang was born in this little house in central Vietnam. When she was a little girl, only 3 years old, her beloved mother died, leaving her and her 1-year-old brother in the care of her grandmother. Hang's grandmother worked really hard to keep the children with a roof and food, and Hang loved her dearly and remembers her as someone who did a lot of heavy lifting and worked really hard for the kids. When she was no longer able, the children moved to a small orphanage in Hamtan. This orphanage was not fancy. It was an older building, but it was very well kept and cozy, and most importantly, it was staffed by really great people. Now, when Hang had first come to the orphanage, she was 8 years old, and she had to start kindergarten at that age. So, in spite of being older than the other kids and not having any education prior, she turned out to be an excellent student. She was very, very bright and very willing. And not only that, she was a really good big sister to the younger children at the orphanage. She was a good friend, and everybody loved her. When we met Hang, we were so attracted to her joy and her strength and her integrity. We knew what her challenges would be if she could not graduate from high school and get into college, and we wanted to help this girl. And so year after year, we came back to the orphanage to see Hang and to see all of the kids. When Hang was in her senior year, we came back and we found a very different girl. She was depressed, her grades had plummeted, and she was determined to leave school so that she could go home and help her grandmother. Her grandmother had become old and could no longer care for herself. We fought with Hang, we reasoned with her, we tried everything to get her to change her mind. We were pretty devastated. At this point, we had to call in the big guns, and by that, I mean Tao. Tao is our translator. With the help of Tao, we brainstormed and we finally came up with a solution. We would sponsor the grandmother. And so we sent $35 a month to Hang, and Hang would buy food and medicine and supplies, and she would send it up on the bus to her grandmother. Because Big Big World Project has this boots on the ground approach to helping kids with our yearly visit, we have a really unique insight into what's really going on in their lives. We can tailor our program to each child so that we can give them exactly what they need. Hang needed to take care of her grandmother. Without that, she was not going to graduate from high school. And so Hang did take care of her grandmother. She cared for her grandmother in the very same way that her grandmother cared for her all of those years ago when her mother died. She stayed in high school and she graduated. And then our Hang went off to college and she graduated from that too. But that is not where this story ends. While she was in school, Hang sold apples that she got from her homeland to help support herself. And while she was in her homeland, she met a boy. The two of them dated for several years, and after she graduated, they decided to get married. We were invited to the wedding. And Hang finally got what she always wanted: love. And as this strong, beautiful, educated, intelligent, determined woman was married, her grandmother and her mother looked on, and it reminded us of the journey that Hang had been on and what it took to get there. A chance for a child is a win for the world. Your recurring or one-time donation at www.bigbigworld.org can help one of these children, who also have stories, have a happy ending just like Hang. Thank you so much for listening.